Marcus enjoys learning and gets along well with his teachers. However, the pace in middle school has been a challenge. His processing speed seems different from that of his peers, and class often seems to be moving at a breakneck speed. This is especially true in science. The teacher does not use a book. Instead, the students create their book through hands-on lab-based activities and teachers' lectures. The teacher is enthusiastic, and the class is still fun. Still, Marcus feels like he can never keep up. Marcus' lab book is due at the end of each week, and his teacher grades based on how thorough his notes are. Moreover, the test comes from these experiences and the notes the students take.
Now pause the video and grab pen and paper. List the key elements of the student learner's profile, the potential accommodations, and ways the student could address the teacher to become a better self-advocate.
The key elements of Marcus' student learner's profile includes he enjoys learning, he gets along well with his teachers, the processing speed is a little slower than most peers, and he's having difficulty with the course content. His possible learning styles are visual learning strength, processing speed challenges. Potential accommodations include organizational structure for a lab book provided in advance, copies of a lab partner's notes, or fill-in-the-blank format for a lab sessions provided by the teacher in advance. Note, some of these are more common than the others, and the student would need to work with his teacher to determine which is more appropriate for the course. There could be lots of options out there. The point is to collaborate with the teacher to work out a plan that maximizes his learning experience, his performance, and something that fits with the teacher's style. Ways a student could address a teacher to become a self-advocate is to meet with the teacher and communicate A, his enthusiasm for doing a good job and learning as much as possible through the lab experience, B, a description about how he learns and his intentions to have a strong work ethic and what the teacher can do to help maximize his learning experience. The student can ask to meet with the teacher before class begins or early in the school year and may want to invite his parents. Some sample communication points might be, I like learning and I'm looking forward to science class this year. I heard that you don't use a textbook and that students are responsible for developing a lab-based book this year. That sounds exciting and interesting, but there are some things I need to share with you about my learning disability that might impact my performance if we don't work out a plan together. I have some challenges with processing speed. I can learn the course contents, but sometimes the pace of the typical class makes it hard for me to keep up, especially in lab settings when I'm expected to take lots of notes, organize the notes, listen to my teacher and classmates, and process the information while learning, all at the same time. I don't want this to cause me to fall behind in making a high-quality lab book. That will cause problems for me in my lab book grade and my test grade if I don't have sufficient notes to study. Can we talk through some possible accommodations that would help me to be more successful? If you feel like it is important that I take notes during class, I work hard to do so. That said, I may need some assistance in ensuring that I leave each day with a strong set of notes. You can either give me and the rest of the class a fill-in-the-blank format that reduces the quality of writing we do and provide a structure for us to follow. Or if you feel it is important for us to develop our own structure or notes, may I make a copy of my lab partner's notes to use to fill in any missing information during the evening after each class? I will take the time each evening to review my notes while the course content is still fresh in my mind. We can determine a plan that works best for the both of us. I just want to ensure that my challenges with processing speed does not get in the way of learning. Notice that the student is consistently sending the messages that he is planning to work hard in the course. He respects the teacher needs to develop an accommodating plan that keeps the teacher learning priorities in mind. And by making basic accommodations to his instructions or assessment practices, the teacher can significantly reduce the barriers of his learning. Having this conversation early with a teacher and following through on his commitment to having a strong work ethic are both important parts of self-advocacy. It helps to set the stage for collaboration with the teachers around the learning experience and reduces the likelihood of conflict.
Created using Powtoon.